So for you Leos, you have the Seven of Pentacles and the Lovers. So for a lot of you Leos probably feel like love is a little bit too difficult because you have the Hanged Man, which is you asking questions as to why with all these people out here trying to act like they so powerful and big and bad and tough and bosses and all this stuff, why is it that these people seem to be struggling with everyday things that they as adults should know how to do? And the reality of it is that a lot of people are out here faking the funk. A lot of people are faking it. Listen, all of that stuff that they talk so much about is ego. Because at the end of the day, the people who have the biggest mouths act like they got all this amount of money. But then when it comes time for them to actually make moves, they be so scared to spend it. And it's like all the stuff that they talk so much about, why is it that they don't spend it, right? And then it's like, oh, well, spending all that money endlessly will end up leaving you poor. Yeah, but they talk so much. So that's the catch-22 in the whole thing, right? Maybe they should be a little bit more humble. Now, I'm saying that to say the Seven of Pentacles and the Lovers represents the hard work that a lot of those people try to get you Leos to go through, right? Trying to get you to jump through hoops just to end up getting to them. But then when you, and some of you Leos may or may not know this, right, from personal experience, but then when you get to these people, you find out that they really don't have a whole lot going on. They actually don't. And I'm not saying that to say that just as a means of saying that to get y'all to feel better. I'm saying it because it's what's real. That all of that stuff is bravado and ego that they're throwing up in front of your face. But then when you would actually get close like that, you check out their residence, you start putting things together. You start putting things together. You start to, you start putting one and one together to make two, right? Now you start to realize those people ain't really got it the way that they say that they do, right? You know what I mean? Or they tried to play it off. And it's like this, the Hanged Man. It's like there's way too much confidence for people who are struggling. You know what I mean? Who are, and everyone has their own personal struggle. But I mean, like the way that they act like they boo-boo don't stink, and that they're this elitist, bougie, bourgeoisie, boule type of mentality. Like, they're just perfect and they're a gift to the earth. But then they struggling. And it's like, it's way too much showboating to be this down. You know what I mean? So the Four of Wands is about how, so you Leos got to look for people who ultimately are down to earth. That's the type of people that everyone needs to look out for. People who are down to earth. People who understand the assignment, right? And what I mean by that is people who understand where it is that they're going. A sense of direction, right? Right? Stop hanging around people. Or one of the things, red flags that you Leos, right? Red flags that you Leos should be looking out for is look out for people who have that type of mentality. All it is that they do is rip and run around and talk trash and always try to make it seem like they're this and they're that. Pay attention to that type of stuff. Because nine times out of 10, if they're talking all this stuff and you're not actually seeing any kind of proof to it whatsoever, no anything, no anything, no stocks, no gold, no any kind of assets that they have, you don't get a whiff of that, 9 chances out of 10, they're faking the funk. They're lying. So the the King of Cups now is, and these are the type of people that, those down to earth people are the type of people that you should be looking out for. Because those people actually have a touch or a grip on reality enough. Like down to earth people have a grip on reality enough to where they can actually get things done. Down to earth people are some of the best people in the world because when they don't spend their whole lives ignoring an obvious problem. Only people who spend all this time, flicking their hair, some of them, trying to spend so much time obviously ignoring a problem, You understand what I'm saying? People who are down to earth are very aware of their problems, and they actually deal with those problems because they're down to earth. So they're realists. So the thing is that the Knight of Wands now is about how, well, since that's the case, and watch out for people that Knight of Wands, Eight of Swords. Watch out for people that give you a difficult time, give you a hard time, you know, playing all these games, you know, like the Cheesecake Factory individual, you know, waiting, trying to get you to wait an hour and all this other type of stuff. Yeah, you know, you try to hang out with somebody, they're not there, right, at the time that you said, you leave. If they're, you know, or if they're not there, give them 5 to 10 minutes at the most. If not, leave. Because at the end of the day, they're really wasting your time, because they really can't handle going out on a date with you, because they at the house scared like I don't know what. Because that's let's tell the truth to shame the devil. That's what it is. When a lot of the times when you see people flake on you or get you to wait, those are people. Let me explain something to you, right? Because we need to really tell it like it is in order to get things established and stop playing these games, fam. Because people don't know what they're talking about. Let me explain something to you. When you see those people flaking on you, right? Or they're at the house making you wait for this long, let me explain to you what it is. I don't know if I said this for you, to you Leos, but what they're doing is they're pumping themselves up. They're hyping themselves up to have the courage to actually go out with you. They're at the house with their clothes on, trying to pump themselves up to go out with you. That's what they're doing. They scared in a mug, and that's what it is. That's why it is that you see, that's why it is that you'll hear the horror stories, like, you know, people at the house getting a few drinks in before they actually go out. Then you smell the booze on them. You're like, what is going on? And they act a fool on these dates. It's why does somebody who's so confident need to take a couple of drinks before they leave the house? Because they scared in the mug. You understand what I'm saying, Leo? So the temperance is about how, but you Leos have to peep game and pay attention to the parts of what's said and loud, but what's also not said and loud. Also what's not said and loud, because the Page of Wands and the Eight of Cups represents that will help you judge a person's character way better, faster, less time being wasted for you to move on with your life. So let's clarify some of these cards. And I'm glad that a lot of you Leos have, you know, finally started to respect yourselves, because I've known some Leos myself off camera, and when I hear the type of horror stories sometimes that the Leos will put themselves in, I'm like, what are y'all doing? You know, because I'm beginning to know some Leos off screen more now. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? You know what I mean? So let's clarify the temperance. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Understand the value that you're bringing. Understand that getting to know somebody should not be difficult. And if it is, these are people that you really shouldn't be paying too much attention to. Leave them alone if getting to know them is too difficult. Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, because ultimately, these are people who are really not built for a relationship in the first place, because they're socially awkward. They don't have relationship practice. And if we're going to tell the truth to really shame the devil, most people on earth don't have relationship experience. They have plenty of friends with benefits experience, but there's not a lot of relationship experience. Not really. So that's pretty much it. comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Smash the subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos, and run the views up.